Hello everyone, you are watching my stocks journey, and today I have a very detailed video today. It's going to be a long one, so you're going to have to stay with me on this. If you make it to the end of the video, I promise you probably will get something out of it. And this is our schedule for today. We're going to go over the current situation and what the hell's been going on in the crypto markets, and we're going to go over what I think is going to happen next. And so, as you may all know, we have done a pretty significant pullback into the markets. Bitcoin from its top of last week is down 17.57%. Ethereum is down a bit more than that, I think, about 18.69%. And I think that there's nothing to really worry about here. These kind of pullbacks happen all the time. Crypto is a pretty volatile market, to be completely honest. But you guys knew that. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, the best way to approach this is to, once again, look at the most simple but most important metrics. Is this the market cycle top? And I'm just going to show you exactly what my metrics are. And these metrics might seem extremely simple, but in investing or trading, simple is usually better. So my first and my favorite indicator of whether or not we are at the top is the Pi cycle top indicator. Quick review: anytime these lines cross, they did mark the top of the market, and we entered a bear market right after every single time these things crossed. So it crossed here back in 2011, they crossed here back in 2013, they crossed here back in 2017, they crossed here once again in 2020. And that's how I got out before everything went to shit, because I saw this and I used it. And so, considering how accurate this thing is, considering how far apart these two lines are, I do not think that we are at the market cycle peak. But what's important is that we don't rely on a single indicator. We look at a confluence of various different indicators. So my second favorite is just a simple Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. This has been extremely accurate in identifying the tops and bottoms of Bitcoin's market cycles, and it hasn't broken at all, or it's been pretty damn accurate. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, and we haven't reached the top yet of this. So the point of this is to show you if the metrics haven't given off red flags yet, does that not mean that we still have further room to go up? That's the opinion that I'm in. So even though we are down, I still think that we still have a lot of clearing to do on the top. So that's why I don't think that we are at a market cycle peak. And also, if I just can quickly pull up the monthly chart, I'll pull up my third favorite, the RSI. That is taking forever. So basically what this does is don't worry about this. This could get a little confusing, but basically just keep your eyes on this bottom chart right here. You see that every single cycle we have a double peak cycle, 1 2 1 2, and we had the first peak earlier in March and April. And you see that we still haven't gone up to back up here to where it should be. And so these are the signals that these are the metrics that I use to measure or not if we are in the market cycle top. And clearly the answer is, according to these metrics, no. So in that case, if we know that it's going to go up from here, now our question is this the bottom? And personally, I think that we are pretty close to the bottom, mostly because if you watch my videos, I think previous resistance turned into support is probably one of the most powerful price actions that you can have in crypto. So the best example of this right now is Ethereum. Right now, this is the daily chart. Screw you, TradingView. Not paying for this crap. Anyways, you see these two lines over here. This is the previous high. And if we go to weekly, you could see how we got the top wick right here, and we got pretty much the bottoms of the candle, and you can see that we are almost perfectly in line, and this is a clear support zone. I think that historically Ethereum has been pretty good at maintaining these levels. If we just go take a look back to here, we went up and if we came back down, sure, we have a wick or so that's below this support line, but this is usually a very powerful source of support for Ethereum. So I do think that we could probably trade between these two zones for a long time, or we could head up higher, and I'll show you why that is so in just a minute. And so if that is the case, if Ethereum is hitting the bottom, what about Bitcoin? I was in the camp that Bitcoin was going to bottom at around 60K. Clearly that is not so, and to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure yet if this is the bottom of Bitcoin, but all I do know is that this is not the market cycle top. So however much Bitcoin pulls back from here, I will probably still be DCing into it. So that answers our question. Is this the bottom? I think it's very close to it. For Ethereum, for Bitcoin, I'm not so sure. So a something that I saw from Raoul Pal, who is what I would call one of my most influential crypto people out there, he pulled out this chart showing that, oh no, is it gone? Okay, now it's here. He basically has this chart out that shows how currently Ethereum 2021 is trading very similarly to Bitcoin of 2017. And the reason is because these two things are network effects. They run based on network effects. And since Bitcoin had a head start because it was released a couple of years earlier, so that means Ethereum is a cycle behind Bitcoin. And so I actually checked this out myself to see if it was true, and it is shockingly true. So what you're seeing right now on this left-hand side is Bitcoin from June 2017 to December 2017. This is the previous cycle, and this is Ethereum currently from June 2021 and November of 2021. Each of these lines mark either the top, the local top, or the local bottom. And so let's just go over how similar these things traded. So Bitcoin in 2017 had a local top in June 11th, 2017. Ethereum had a local top around June 3rd, 2021. July 16th, a local bottom. July 20th, Ethereum had a local bottom. And then sometime later, September 1st, a local top for Bitcoin. September 3rd, local top. And then we had a pullback, and there was, what is this date? September 15th, September 16th, September 15th, we had a local bottom. And what do you know? Once again, local bottom on Ethereum, September 21st. Okay? Now, once again, we'll go back to November 8th, local top, and then the local bottom was November 12th. And we go back over to where we are right now, you can see how Raoul Pal kind of was expecting this pullback was because November 8th, we had a local top on Ethereum. And if this is the bottom, that's a big if, this is the bottom, November 18th. But I do think this is kind of the bottom. So this is strikingly similar. What he said, I was honestly a bit skeptical at first, but looking at the data literally right in front of you, it seems that whatever Bitcoin did in 2017, Ethereum is doing the same, but only just a couple days difference. So that is eerily, like, there's something about that that's really shocking because you don't really see that anywhere else. And so according to Raoul, he had a prediction of $20,000 Ethereum and $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. And it's mostly due to this chart. Following this chart, seeing how closely these two traded. And what Bitcoin did was that it shot up literally from November 15th, it was at $7,000, $7,200. And within a month, it was all the way at $19,000. So that's why looking at this, Raoul had such high prices expectation. And so considering how well we've followed the previous cycle on Bitcoin, it is, by my quote-unquote calculations, if we follow this, if we continue to follow it, we would have an $8,000 Ethereum by the end of the year. Which I personally don't know how much I believe in that, But hey, if it does, I would be extremely happy. But I just wanted to present you guys Raul's point of view and exactly what he was thinking. And yeah, looking at these two charts, I would say if we follow the trend, which we have for the past 6 months, then yes, we could hit an $8,000 Ethereum. Okay, so please. So that was Ethereum is a cycle behind. And this is a very bullish scenario on what happens next. Despite the pullback, we expect an $8,000 Ethereum within the end of the year. All right, so point number 2, the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. This is the point that I saw from Benjamin Cohen at first, and then I did some more research into it, and I acknowledge that he is correct. Every single Ethereum Bitcoin valuation went down during Q4. So what does that mean? That means between October and December, Ethereum's valuation underperformed Bitcoin's. So you can see this right here down, this down. Okay, so this is 2015 Q4, 2016 Q4, 2017 Q4, same thing. 2018 Q4, same thing right here. 2019 Q4 over here. I've covered this so many times in my channel. Like, I don't want to do it again because there's so many other videos you could watch to look at this. But then also 2020 Q4 bled again. So now back over here, what do you think is going to happen? Because history repeats itself over and over again for these coins, and it is the most powerful indicator for future performance, even though you usually shouldn't be using that. But you know, the price history of these coins historically are the most accurate things, or the most reliable things that can predict the future. And so what do we think is going to happen next? Probably going to bleed right here. So that brings me to this point. We combine this idea of an Ethereum Bitcoin devaluation during Q4, and we combine that with the fact that Ethereum could double according to this chart. So would that mean that while Ethereum doubles from 4,000 to 8,000, does that mean Bitcoin can go from 57,000 to, you know, a little more than double? So what would that mean? That would mean, let's just do the quick math right now. 57,247. So if Ethereum doubles, so 2x's, let's say Bitcoin does a 2.3x. So that would mean like $131,000 Bitcoin, which is kind of shocking because Plan B said something like $128,000, $138,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. So, you know, let's just take a quick review. We don't think that this is the market cycle top. So we know Bitcoin and Ethereum will probably go up later in the year. We know that Ethereum is probably a cycle behind Bitcoin. And if this trend continues, Ethereum will double. Well, if Ethereum always bleeds against Bitcoin at the end of Q4, that would mean Bitcoin would overperform Ethereum. So Bitcoin would do more than a 2x. And so if that's true, then we would get $138,000 Bitcoin, which also goes in line with Plan B's stock to flow ratio model, which says like $128,000 or $138,000 Bitcoin. So do you see where I'm going at with this here? I don't think that we are going to keep going down. I think that we have pretty much almost bottom because it seems like we have a lot of room up to go for the rest of the year. So this brings me back to, so if you are not a previous subscriber and you're just a random guy that hopped into my channel, you could click off right away because I'm done with the video. My conclusion is just keep DCAing until the market cycle top, which I've shown you my metrics is when you come into this website, when we hit the top part of this regression band, when the pi cycle top indicator crosses, you know, do I need to show it to you? You guys know what I'm talking about. And when you go to the Bitcoin monthly candle and you see the RSI, go over there. All right. And just in case you want to know, my estimated market cycle top is by March or June, between March and June 2022. And I will admit these are probably very conservative, but if I had to guess, it's Bitcoin hitting 150K, Ethereum hitting 10K, and ADA hitting $6.50. And I know ADA is not a very popular coin. out there, but I do hold these three mainly. I probably will be wrong on all this. I'm going to say that right now. These are probably going to be so off. But these are the metrics, or these are the valuation that I am banking on right now. So if you're not a subscriber, you can head out. But for everyone else, please stay. And I would like to go over the mistake that I was talking about on my Instagram story and on Twitter. So basically, my problem was that I thought just because Ethereum was going to bleed against Bitcoin, this is my thinking, like, oh, that means Ethereum is just going to stay flat while Bitcoin just shoots up like crazy. But that is absolutely not the case. All I know is that Ethereum is going to bleed against Bitcoin. That doesn't mean anything more than that. So, and I actually looked back in history of every single Q4 of Bitcoin, every single Q4 of Ethereum, and I found that for the majority of the time, they either go up together or they go down together. There's only one occasion of where they don't go together, which is in early 2015, and some other time in 2016, I think, when Bitcoin would go up and Ethereum doesn't. So my mistake was just a lot of cognitive bias and cognitive dissonance. Doesn't make sense why I would think that, but thankfully I do maintain an open mind. I do like looking at other charts like what Raoul Pal has or what Benjamin Cohen has, and looking at what their perspectives are. It seems nonsense to have even thought that Ethereum was just going to stay flat while Bitcoin was just going to shoot up a lot higher. It seems more evident that either they both go down at the same time, and it's just that Bitcoin will overperform Ethereum in that. What I mean by that is, like, if Ethereum goes down 50%, Bitcoin would go down 40%. So in relative terms, this chart would still go down, which is what I was expecting. Or they both go up and Bitcoin increases by 50%, while Ethereum goes up by 40%. Still in line with this chart that Ethereum would bleed against Bitcoin. So that's all I wanted to say. And, my conclusion, just keep DCAing until the market cycle top. You don't need to try timing everything. I do have a quote unquote trading account, and that's just literally like 1 to 2% of my overall portfolio where I'm just trading with it. Because I know in the long run, just hodling into these things and just buying at the bottom of the cycle and selling at the top of the cycle, you only need to trade this thing one time. And so, yeah, that's everything I wanted to say today. This is a long video. This is a big brain dump. Hopefully I didn't bore anyone to death, but at the end of the day, if I could just help one person not lose a lot of money next year, June 2022, when the market goes down 80%, if I could just have just one person sell before the shitty market that's about to hit everyone, then all of this would be worth it. I am My Stocks Journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like, and I'm going to keep pumping up videos like this in the future. So see you guys next time. Bye.